morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody told me that it's homecoming. Is that correct? Outstanding, outstanding. Welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Wendy Wilson. I have the pleasure of serving as the Chief of Staff to our President, Dr. Lawrence Drake, and then also I serve as the Vice President of University Relations here at the just illustrious, amazing, I've just run out of words when I describe Albany State University. It's homecoming, and I have the honor of presiding over this very special occasion. We've had many activities this week, preparing for game day tomorrow, but I'd like to, I've always said that this event is kind of the official kickoff. So we have lots in store for you today. We have an amazing speaker, but again, as I shared, I have the opportunity to preside over this, and it is certainly my honor to do so. And as I stand before you as we celebrate homecoming, I want you to be reminded that it is a time that we gather as a family to reflect on the legacy and the greatness of Albany State University. This year's theme, Not Like Us, We Are ASU, is not simply a nod to the Pulitzer Prize-winning artist and poet, Mr. Kendrick Lamar, but a testament to the complexity, richness, perseverance, and unmatched resiliency that is Albany State University. ASU is known for and proud of our authenticity. We're not trying to be like anyone else. Of course, our journey is filled with some challenges, but it also includes countless triumphs that are uniquely ours. When we say not like us, we are ASU, we're not simply stating a fact, we're embracing and showcasing to the world that we are world-class leaders, innovators, and change makers. This homecoming, let us carry the pride forward with the understanding that we are not meant to be like anyone else. We are ASU unapologetically, and that's what makes us extraordinary. Welcome to homecoming again, and let's continue to show the world why we are ASU. Together. We will now transition, and we have our ASU ROTC color guard who will come forth and post the colors. We will now the national anthem. I'd like to ask for you to please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last voice and sing, stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly voice and sing, and the rocket's red flame gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Every year we have, the Student Affairs has I don't know how they do it on a daily basis, but they have the assignment of coordinating an election process or competition process where amazing and beautiful and talented scholars compete for Royal Court. This year is no exception. We have an outstanding group of individuals. Will you all please stand and be recognized? Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Let us bow our heads. Almighty God, we gather today with hearts full of gratitude and purpose as we begin this conversation at the unsinkable and indestructible Albany State University, a beacon of strength and excellence in the tradition of historically Black colleges and universities. We thank you for the rich legacy of resilience, achievement, and community that has brought us to this day. Bless the minds and spirits gathered here today, students, faculty, and leaders alike. Guide us to continue uplifting and empowering one another, striving for knowledge, justice, and progress. May this conversation inspire us to honor the past with boldly embracing the future, always with wisdom, grace, and unity. In the Lord's name I pray, amen.
Good morning again. Welcome to our HBCU Homecoming Convocation. We are thrilled to gather today as a community of proud students, alumni, faculty, and family. This is a time to celebrate our rich heritage and honor our achievements, strengthen the bonds that connect us. Let's reflect on our journey and embrace our future. Let's reignite our commitment to excellence. Thank you all for being here and making the decision to celebrate this special convocation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as I shared with you, one of my many responsibilities is to serve as Vice President and of University Relations here at Albany State University. And I also have the pleasure of serving as Chief of Staff and have been able to do so for a couple presidents. But this one has been one of my most treasured. He is going to come forward and bring remarks. And one of the reasons why it has been my most treasured is I have learned so very much. How many is it? 108 days counting? Yeah. And he is serving as our interim president. He has hit the ground running. I can share with you that he has an unbridled passion for the success of this institution. He is absolutely elated to serve in this capacity, and we will see what awaits. But I just wanted, for those of you who have not had the opportunity to meet and engage with him, hopefully you will have a chance to do so over the homecoming weekend. But for those of you who are familiar with him, let's just take it to the next level, and I'm going to ask our president of now Albany State University, Dr. Lawrence Drake II, to come and bring his presidential remarks for Homecoming 2024.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Wendy. And this is actually 110 days, I think. But who's counting? Well, first of all, let me just say good morning. And it's wonderful to have all of you in attendance today at this convocation for 2024. The homecoming convocation is special. In fact, I was relaying to some students recently, what is homecoming really about? And I had one person say, well, homecoming is about the students. And I'd say, yeah, but can you give me a little bit more? And they said, well, isn't it for the students? And I said, yes. But homecoming is really a celebration for the legacy of those who have come to this university many years ago in some cases and made it what it is and set the foundation in motion for all of you and all of us who are here today. So thank you to students, faculty, staff, alumni, community members, and obviously our special guests for all that you've done. All of you have contributed to this idea and this narrative about ASU being unsinkable and indestructible, because that's why this theme is so important. Without your contributions and dedication, certainly we wouldn't be here today. You know, it occurred to me that when we were working on the theme together, this year's theme is based on unity, and what we're trying to do is instill that unity in the institution, who we are, and what we intend to be. We're committed to working together as intentionally as we can, but more importantly, execute on this idea that we want to be student-centered, we want to be disciplined, and we want to be accountable. That's really important because I want to encourage all of us to remember that it's about why we're here, it's about our students, it's about not us, it's about this institution. And the two questions that I try to ask myself, and I'm asking everyone else to ask themselves about how we support one another in this unity. Is it best for the institution called Albany State University? And is it best for our students? And unless we can answer yes to both those questions, then it's probably not a decision we should make. So my challenge, our challenge together in this period, in this unity that we are trying to gather and put together in a new form as we move further into the 21st century, is what we do best for the university and is what we do best for our students. I want to know and tell you that every day we're doing that, and together I know we can continue to foster the kind of leadership that will make this institution stand not only apart from everyone else, but stand above everyone else. So now I'd like to present and ask our president of the ASU National Alumni Association, Ms. Charmaine Goff, to bring her remarks. Charmaine?
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. President. Happy homecoming. Oh, come on now. I'm the one that I have to have energy. I have a lot of energy. I come with a lot of energy. I bring a lot of energy. So I need y'all. Let's try that again. He just said it's homecoming. So, happy homecoming. All right. All right. That's better. I like that. I like that. It's my honor, my privilege, and a pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Board of Directors and members of the Albany State University National Alumni Association. I welcome you, alumni, faculty, staff, visitors, and friends to our Homecoming Celebration 2024. It's a celebration. So I think I'm going to see a little more of this when we get out, maybe outside of this space. Homecoming is an ASU tradition that is deeply rooted in celebration of the return of alumni who are connecting and reuniting with classmates as they reminisce about their days as students and their continuing support of the institution. It is a time for alumni, friends, and the surrounding communities to celebrate ASU and the contributions that ASU and the community has made, in this Albany community, in the state, in the nation, and yes, in the world. Because we have students and alumni that leave here, and we go out and we serve in the military, we serve in professional careers that take us all over the world. So if we're there, that means Albany State is there. Homecoming is also a time for students to create their own wonderful Ramley memories and hopefully gain an appreciation for maintaining the legacy of this important tradition. The theme, not like the rest, we are ASU, is symbolic of our belief that self-affirmation is the first step in realizing a dream. Our dream is that ASU will continue to pursue excellence in preparing students to be effective contributors to globally and diverse society. We invite you to enjoy, make memories, and raise the Ram. Happy homecoming and go Rams!
Thank you, President Drake and President Goff. Those who intimately know me know that I am a huge fan of Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. Huge fan of his. And so I love he's a great lyricist, and one of the many lyrics that I find myself going back to is difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. And that reminds me of the gentleman that I have the pleasure of now introducing. He is none other than our Student Government Association president, Mr. Tremont Rucker. He's a native of Atlanta, Georgia. Rucker is currently pursuing a BA degree in mass communications, concentrating in public relations and strategic communication at Albany State. On campus, Rucker serves tirelessly. Again, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. As a full scholar and student leader at ASU, working to create and innovate the operations of the university. Rucker actively participates, again, Student Government Association, where he serves as a president. I could go on and on and on about him, but if you have not had the pleasure of meeting him, please treat yourself this weekend. Mr. Rucker, President Rucker, please come forth and introduce our convocation speaker.
That introduction made me feel a little special. But greetings and welcome home. My name is Tremont Rucker, and I proudly serve as the current Student Government Association president here at the greatest HBCU in this nation. Would you please give it up for being the Golden Ram on today? As a seasoned leader in the financial services industry, Ms. Jeretha Peters is dedicated to empowering her team of financial advisors and client associates to provide personalized financial strategies that align with clients' long-term goals, fostering strong relationships, and driving growth within the organization. Outside of the office, she serves as a dedicated community advocate, actively engaging in addressing key issues to drive meaningful change. She has had the honor of serving as the first Black female board chair of the Albany Area Chamber of Commerce. This role, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. This role allowed her to break barriers and champion diversity in the business community. During Ms. Peters' tenure, she has worked to foster economic growth, explore the creation of pathways to generate opportunities for minority-owned businesses, and build stronger relationships between local businesses and community stakeholders. She obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting from the largest HBCU in this great state of Georgia, Albany State University, in the year of 2004. In addition to her degree, she earned the RICP designation from the American College of Financial Planning. She's also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Outside of her, you all can go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm goofy. Outside of her professional endeavors, she's cherished by spending quality times with her loved ones. Ladies and gentlemen, Remley and friends, please stand and give a warm, ramtastic round of applause and cheers to our speaker for today, none other than Ms. Jeretha Peters.
Well, good morning. I'm honored, and I think I've added to my vocabulary, ramtastic. I'm always learning something new. Thank you, Dr. Drake, for the honor of this invitation. Thank you, Dr. Wilson, for being such a gracious host. I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude. I'm looking into the audience, and I see my family. My parents are here, my cousin, who I'm just honored to have with me to support me, my daughters, who inspire me in such a way that I continue to grow and create pathways for others. In this moment, it means a lot to me, and let me share with you why. Because Homecoming 2004, I stood in this very arena as a member of the glorious Gamma Sigma chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, as a part of our Homecoming Step Show. And who would have known that Homecoming 2024, I would be in this same arena standing before you on today. What a moment, I'll cherish it forever. And that's just a snippet of why I feel grateful for this opportunity. You see, someone that I hold very dear to me. And if I get emotional, I'm just going to ask you guys to bear with me. Was my grandfather, the late Mr. Homer Hunter Sr. My grandfather retired from Albany State College, now university, after serving in plant operations as a custodian. Born in 1919, with only a second grade education, unable to sign his own name, he instilled in our family the belief that a good education can take you far in life. Homecoming is especially a cherished moment for me because as a part of his retirement package, he used to get season tickets to the football games. He would call me and he said, "Big baby, I got our tickets." And that meant for me, I got to take him to all the games. And as he got older, he was unable to attend all 10 games. He would still call me every season when he got his ticket. And he said, "Baby, I got my tickets. And you can find a friend to go with all other 9 games except homecoming." He often encouraged me. I remember when I was getting my FINRA license back in 2000, and there was only one testing center that had an opportunity for me to take the test, and it meant that I would have to leave my children. He called me and said, "Don't you not take the test because you don't have a babysitter." At 88 years old, my grandfather volunteered to keep my children so I could go take the crash course and then subsequent test. So I'm standing here largely because of his investment in me, largely because of the belief he instilled inside of our family that with education, you can go far. With education, there is no opportunity you cannot seize. And so I'm grateful, honored, and privileged to stand before you. Now, admittedly, this year's theme, not like the rest, "We Are ASU," caught my attention in a different way. It made me nervous at first glance because it reminded me of this famous diss track, y'all know, in the music industry, aimed at another artist. And in music and in culture, when you see that title, it can feel like something that's disrespectful. But I quickly reminded myself that culture doesn't define our convictions at ASU. We do. Our intent is to honor our identity and not diminish anyone else's. You see, Albany State University, we are celebrating our 2024 homecoming by highlighting our uniqueness that has sustained us for over 120 years. We've produced countless Black professionals, athletes, actors, entertainers, medical professionals, and politicians. Our HBCU conviction is clear. We will continue to be not like the rest. Now, more than ever, it's the time to stay woke. More than 50% of African American professionals are HBCU graduates. And according to a recent UNTF article, the numbers don't lie, HBCU graduates earn, on average, $927,000 more over their lifetimes than others. That's about a 50% increase. Now, you talk about not being a brokey. There you have it. This year's theme randomly confirms that we share the same mindset. It also sets our tone today to not be anything more than a discussion. So can we agree on a couple of things? Can we agree that learning is key and essential for life success? Can we agree that the dynamics of our life can change substantially when we learn more? So I ask you then, hearing some of the yeses in the audience, why not adopt a lifelong learner mindset? Why not have everyone embrace the curiosity that comes with being a lifelong learner that contributes to our success? And as I go in and out different places and different spaces, I find that that's often an area we struggle with. We're one and done. It's all about me and nobody else. And if we're going to continue to thrive and be not like the rest, we have to embrace that mindset. And sometimes I try to play devil's advocate and say, well, why? What is it? And one best guess I'll give it is, maybe it's an elusive concept and we've overcomplicated it. I overcomplicated it. And when I started to do some reflective thinking, I was reminded of spending time with my grandfather. I was born in Savannah, and we stayed there, but during the summers, I used to come to Albany. And on one particular summer, my grandfather, now this is July, and if you're from South Georgia, you know in July you don't want to be outside in the heat because you sweat just a little bit, and here come those gnats, and you got all the extra protein in your diet. And so, because of that, I didn't like to play outside. I would stand from the window and watch everybody else run up and down the street and play. And on this particular day, I was standing in the back doorway, watching my grandfather, who was sitting on the carport, stomping cans. And I thought that was a little weird, so I stayed there and continued to watch. Well, he had observed me standing there and watching what he was doing, so he beckoned for me to come outside. So because I didn't want to seem disobedient, I went outside, and I said, well, Granddaddy, what are you doing? And he said, I'm stumping cans because I'm going to go sell them. I said, what do you mean? He said, when I sell them, they're going to pay me money. I'm all in. He said money. And if anybody knew, my grandfather knew his generosity. And so every time he had some money, that meant I had some money. So of course, when he told me money, my mind was like, I'm all in, tell me more. And he grinned as I asked him more and more questions. And what he further explained to me was, the reason I stopped the cans, I could get more cans in the trash bag if I compressed them. He didn't say compress. He said if I smash them down, I could get more cans inside of there and I make more money. They don't pay me by the number of cans I bring. They pay me how much they weigh. I was like, oh, okay, well, pay more cans, bag. Can I help? Because I want some money, right? So we were outside and we're stumping cans and I'm sweating and he see my little fella, I'm out there and I'm hot and I'm tired. He said, baby, go on in the house and wash up. And I said, okay, but you gonna finish? And he said, I promise you I'll finish and we're gonna sell the cans. So I did. I went in the house and I cleaned up, and when I came back to the front part of the house, I heard him on the phone, and he was on the phone, and when I heard him, I started to ask a question, but instead, I just looked around and played like I wasn't paying attention to what he was doing. And in actuality, he was on the phone, and I overheard the conversation. And on the phone, he said, can y'all tell me how much y'all paying for aluminum today? I didn't really understand it, but he just hung up the phone. My grandfather used to keep a little table beside the phone, and he had a notepad there. So he picked up the notepad and he wrote down whatever they told him I didn't know. And back in that day, we just didn't really ask a whole lot of questions without the fear of you stay in your place or you're being hit in the mouth, one or the other. And so I was very hesitant to ask questions. But I noticed that every day he would call, ask the same question. How much y'all paying for aluminum? He'd pick up his notebook, he'd write it down, and he'd put it down. And so I knew my parents were coming really soon. And I also knew I ain't got no money. So I grew some courage to ask him, well, Granddaddy, when we gonna go sell these cans? And he looked at me and he said, come in, let me show you something. And he opened up the notebook and he showed me the table he had created, and he had written down day by day what the price would be. And on the back side of some of the pages were different dates and months. And he had studied it in such a way that he could pick which was going to be the best date to sell. Now looking back on it, I now realize that was my first lesson in efficiency, trend observation, and data processing from an uneducated man. My grandfather opened the door for me in such a way to learn from everything and every opportunity that curiosity, that same curiosity to ask questions, to be an observer, to identify patterns and trends, have led me to be successful in so many ways. You see, when I started in the financial services industry more than 20 years ago, representations of African Americans was less than 5%. And sadly, it has not grown much since that. So I had a feeling of being compelled to be responsible. I became curious about what do I need to do to create an opportunity for others that looked like me to show up in places where we're not existing. For young Black students to enter the industry, a lot still has to be done. Now, just to level set with you and share with you some statistics, Black Americans have an estimated $1.6 trillion in spending power. I mean, we spend a whole lot of money, y'all. Yet our collective net worth is not starting to increase at the same rate. And so then again, I started asking questions. Why is that? Could it be that we don't feel comfortable talking about money to people who don't understand our community? Could it be that we haven't had an opportunity to be educated in a way on how to create and build wealth? And so what my goal is to advocate for change and create pathways for other certified financial professionals to come from the communities that I serve, to be able to help move that needle and relieve the burden that we bear collectively as being lagging in a financial way. Albert Einstein once said, once you stop learning, you start dying. Now, he wasn't just talking about a physical death either. To truly live and grow, we must embrace a mindset of lifelong learning. It's all about curiosity, positive curiosity. I ain't talking about being nosy. Ask questions without fear. Seek knowledge and take advantage of every learning opportunity for both personal and professional growth. As a graduate of Albany State University, I've learned firsthand the importance of building relationships and networks. I've learned that I needed these advocates and allies to show up for me in spaces I was not yet allowed. I've learned to leverage my connections to further learning opportunities for certifications. In a world where information is readily available at our fingertips, sometimes life just doesn't fall the way we want to. As my grandfather would say, sometimes the cards you get, you got to learn how to play them. When I graduated from Albany State in 2004, in the search bar of my life, I put magna cum laude graduate accounting degree, thinking that I would get a great opportunity. But instead, what I got was entry level, low salary, no opportunity of advancement like my white male counterparts. But then I reminded myself of who I am. I'm a resilient ASU graduate. I know how to ask the right questions to show up in the places that I'm not supposed to be. I know how to create strong relationships and get education because I'm committed to my growth as a lifelong learner. You see, stability, wealth, and a healthy lifestyle all intersect at one point: continued learning. Through education, building connections, and staying curious, I've gained access to opportunities that have helped me grow, thrive, and succeed. So, my family, I encourage each of you, stay curious, keep learning. And for those who ask me why, because at Homecoming Convocation 2024, we discussed something that's very vital to the success and health of all Albany State University. We all are lifelong learners. We are always ready to seize every opportunity. No matter what challenges come our way, we are not like the rest. We are ASU. And our spirit of resilience, that's right, clap it up for that. And remember, no matter what challenges comes our way, our spirit of resilience defines us. Our words remind us that we're unsinkable, we're indestructible. We are the Albany State University. Let's embrace it together. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is an exemplary executive director at Wells Fargo, a change agent in the financial industry. Did I hear you say you were a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated? And a beloved treasure of Albany State University. Please give another round of applause for Ms. Jeretha Peters. Class of 2004, you should be extremely proud. Thank you so much. We were honored and certainly deeply moved and touched by your presentation this morning. We thank you for that. We now have a selection by our concert chorale led by Dr. Erica Edwards, followed by a dear colleague of mine, Dr. Christine Kelly. She has some information about an activity that's taking place tomorrow. Where's Doc? There you are. Okay, concert chorale.
And I shall never, ever turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth, I open my mouth, I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord, I never turn back. I open my mouth, I open my mouth, I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth. I open my mouth. I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth to the Lord. I open my mouth. I open my mouth. I open my mouth. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth. I open my mouth. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth. Open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth. I open my mouth. Open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth. I open my, yes, I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. I never turn back. I open my mouth to the Lord. And I shall never, ever turn back.
Good morning, Ramily.
Good morning.
Oh, that is dry. Y'all know I have a ton of energy. Good morning, Ramily.
Good morning.
All right, all right. It's homecoming 2024. So earlier, Dr. Drake mentioned who is homecoming for. He said it's the alumni, right? And I know the program says that I'm going to introduce our fall teams, and I'll get to that in a second. But it's important for our current student athletes to know the shoulders that they stand on. So if you are a former ASU athlete, a coach, a manager, a cheerleader, a band member, please stand. We thank you for everything that you have done and everything that you'll continue to do for our young people as we continue to create legacies. I would also be remiss if I did not recognize our coaches and staff. I don't do any of this by myself, so any members of my staff who are here, coaches and staff, please stand up. The hard work. I appreciate everything our coaches and staff do for us on a daily basis. So now I will get into introducing our different teams. I want to start with volleyball, but before I actually introduce our volleyball team, back in May, most of you know we lost a member of the Ramilly. This would have been her last convocation. So if you would, please join me in a moment of silence for Ms. Mari Creighton, a member of our volleyball team. Thank you so much. We know Mari's looking down in heaven. So our volleyball team, did y'all know they're ranked #1 in the Eastern Division? They have 11-6 overall record, 9-2 in the East, with 9 matches left, 8 in the SIAC, led by head coach Bernice Graham, who last week recorded her 100th career victory here at Albany State. And the 2000 president volleyball team, please stand. Y'all can stand, volleyball team. Wave your hand. The other team I'd like to recognize is our soccer team, under the direction of Jeretha. And I will tell you this, our soccer team has been plagued with injuries this year. Right now, we don't even have enough to field a team because we're down that many injuries. I'm talking 10 young women on that team are injured right now. So please give them a round of applause for the hard work that they're doing and how they're persevering. Soccer team, please stand. Wave your hands. The other team I'd like to recognize, these young women are fast. Our cross-country team, under the direction of Coach Taylor, Coach McGirt, and also Coach Smith in the back, who has been doing phenomenal work with our cross-country team this year. Cross-country, please stand. They will be competing for the SIAC Championship next week on October 23rd in Macon, Georgia. So if you can, please come support those young women. And don't be late, because if you will miss them because they run that fast, all right? Now, lastly, and I will let the head man actually do the full introduction, but y'all see these gentlemen over here looking really nice and spiffy and all black. Go ahead and stand up, football team. So the next voice that you'll hear will be that of Coach Greg. But how many people saw that viral video of 2 of our young men who had never flown before? Anybody saw that video? That has over 5 million views. That means to say there's 5 million people that now know about Albany State. Wave your hand, Ethan. Wave your hand, Jimmy. Those are those young men up there who are viral. And it's really for Albany State on that. Thank you, gentlemen. You can have a seat. So the next voice you will hear is that of the head man. He doesn't need much of an introduction. Head coach Quinn Gray Sr.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome home, Ramilly. Welcome home. It's homecoming. As a proud HBCU alum myself, I do understand and know the meaning of homecoming. So welcome back, Rams. All right. Before I get into introducing some of our guys, I really want to take a moment to acknowledge some folks that I have to be thankful for. My assistant coaches that helped me make this thing what it is. My assistant coaches, if you'll stand. These young folks do an amazing job of getting our guys prepared week in and week out, and do an amazing job of making sure our young men have what they need to matriculate through this university, as well as making sure that they're becoming better people. All right, so we want to thank you. And then again, congratulations to the very first SIAC champion, the 1984 team, which old Rooster was a part of. Coach Kelly, everybody knows Coach Kelly, who were inducted into the Hall of Fame this past Hall of Fame weekend, first game a couple weeks ago. Thank you, guys. All right, let me have my seniors celebrating their very last homecoming stand up. As you see, there aren't very many of them. And that's a testament to the great recruiting that we've done as a staff, and also just the fact that we're a very young team here
and the way that we've been performing with these young guys, our seniors have done a great job of leading them as well. Give me my captains. Stand up, captains. My 2024 team captains are Ahmed Bremer, Abraham Clinksdales, who's a legacy here at Albany State University, Mr. Devin Woolsey. He's a legacy, means his dad played it. Relax. I didn't say he was a legend. I said he was a legacy. All right, relax. Mr. Devin Woolsey, the best punter in the SIAC. And then our record-setting quarterback who just broke the school record with touchdowns in the game with 6, Mr. Isaiah Knowles. All right. So with that, I appreciate you guys. With that, we're excited about the opportunity this weekend. Obviously, our target to win the SIAC championship is still in front of us, so there ain't going to be a whole lot of talk. We'll show you guys the improvements that we're going to make and have been making on Saturday afternoon. All right? So what I need you to do, I need you to make sure you continue to support. Make sure that homecoming ain't the last game that you come to, because we need your support in and around this university. All right? A lot of times we get caught up as an HBCU alum. I do know how it works. We get caught up in, oh, I'm just going to homecoming. Oh, I'm just going to homecoming. Oh, I'm just going to the Fountain City Classic. Nah, we need your support all year long. All right? And I'm not just talking about football. I'm talking about the entire athletic department and the university in itself. These students need you. We need you. And we need you to come on back home all the time. Thank you, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Yes. Do we have any retirees present today? Albany State University retirees, would you please stand? Absolutely. Give them a round of applause. Yes. Do we have any future graduates of Albany State University? Please stand. Any future graduates? Students. That was not a trick question. I'd like to ask our faculty and staff, I see some of you in the house, please raise your hands, stand up, be acknowledged. Albany State University faculty and staff, they make it happen for us on a daily basis, educating these scholars. My brilliant, the President's brilliant cabinet, I was about to say my colleagues, the President's brilliant cabinet, please stand and be recognized. Also, Office of the President. I think I covered everyone. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Does everybody know Mr. Smith? We do. Please, sir, please stand to be recognized. One of the most dedicated, hardworking. When you look up dedicated alum in the dictionary, his picture is there. I believe I covered everyone. I did not. Who did I miss? Who? The alums? Is that who I missed? The cheerleaders. I'm giving that responsibility to Dr. Keller. She's got that. She's going to introduce the alums. I'm sorry, the cheerleaders. But now that I said alums, did I acknowledge the alums? I don't think I said that. Okay. Because they came back home to Albany State University. Alums, please stand and be acknowledged. Welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Dr. Kelly.
Okay, so as a leader, if you make a mistake, you fix it, right? So at some point, I need to recognize the best cheerleaders in SIC. But before I do that, we do have some other teams that are here as well. I see women's basketball is here. Y'all stand and wave. Any other teams who are here, please stand and be recognized. And my colleague, Dr. Wilson, mentioned, those future graduates. Now, I get to play two roles, right? I'm the athletic director, but I'm also the mom of a soon-to-be ASU graduate. So that my son, if you're here, and I know you are, please stand. Jonathan, stand and wave. Yes. So he too will be an ASU graduate. But back to what I was supposed to do, which is the baddest cheerleaders in the land. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to show them what our cheerleaders are made of? Y'all come on out.
Back in. Thank you so much. Thank you. And now, this is one of the beloved moments of this Albany State University experience is when we get to stand and sing our alma mater, and it is going to be led by Dr. Edwards. It has been my pleasure, come on, Dr. Edwards, to serve and preside over this outstanding occasion. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at game day and all the other festivities. And remember, never ever forget, not like us, Albany State University. We are ASU. Dr.
Albany State, we dearly love you, whose walls are inscribed with knowledge so true, so solidly built on this foundation, our union of word and inspiration. Teacher of those who strive for success, to thee we give praises above all the rest. Thy jubilee firmament colors of blue and gold. Thy ever honor and ever behold. Thy name is an anchor upon thy sea, and sailing we put our trust in thee.